After 8 on a Friday morning. It is August the 5th. I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week, chat about what's going on in the world of weather, hopefully get your day started off on the right note. At least weather-wise, things are nice and quiet here in Central Florida, but there is a lot to talk about today. First off, did you miss it? Yesterday, everybody updated their hurricane season forecasts. Both Colorado State University and NOAA will have the latest on those. Plus, did WESH 2 update our hurricane season forecast? We'll have all the numbers for you in a full wrap. Plus, of course, being that it's Friday, we've got to look ahead to the weekend. Lots of fun activities around town. Want to make sure that you and your family are covered. Want to make sure you know exactly what to expect. But for right now, look outside on our new Smyrna Beach tower cam. Look at how pretty that is. A live shot at the beach. Man, it's not that I don't want to be here with you. It's just I'd rather be there. Is that okay? Is that okay? I mean, I can do coffee talk from the beach. I'd like to do both simultaneously right now. All right, so it's gorgeous outside. That much we know. Let's look at temperatures around the area. 70s, even 80s. It's a warm and muggy start to the day. And we are watching showers on our first morning live Doppler radar. You can see all of the activity off of our east coast. I'll loop it, and you can kind of see how it's working generally from southeast to northwest. Most of this not a bother or expected to be a bother, but if we zoom in just a little bit, you can see across Brevard County, there are some showers that are trying to work closer and closer and closer. So there's that. Something to keep in mind. But overall, today is going to be a nice day. We can see there is a 10% coverage of rain mentioned in the forecast this morning over along the shoreline, and then that gradually works inland. We're working up to about a 40% coverage of showers and thunder showers today as high temperatures climb to about 93 degrees. Now, here's a look at those high temperatures around the area. 93 in the city, 92 degrees for us in Leesburg, 94 degrees in Ocala and the villages. Along the East Coast, upper 80s, lower 90s. Yeah, we're cycling that information, of course, on the bottom of the screen so that you know what to expect through the day. All right, so let's take a look at Futurecast and get planning through the day. And we do see a couple of those coastal showers trying to move inland. There's lunchtime, scattered showers around the metro area. Nothing too intense, but a little bit of rain here or there. It all works west through about 2, 3, 4 o'clock. And then notice by 4, 5, 6 o'clock, we may see a few additional storms try to form up, but everything wants to work west, and eventually it does just that. So, my friends, not a bad-looking forecast. A very summer-esque forecast for us in Central Florida. But after all, it is still summer. Hope you're having a great start to the day. Juan, good morning to you. Brian, Trina, good morning, good morning. Chris, good morning to you. Pat says, is East Orlando ever going to get rain? This weather pattern that we're currently situated in does not favor rains out east. Now, if we look to, and I'll just pop this up and then we can, of course, elaborate on, but if we look to the 7-day forecast, notice the rain chances here early next week start to increase. That is the recycle, I think, of PTC1/Alex. With that said, rain chances increase mean you've got a better opportunity to see some rainfall. So while for now we're not there, I do think we're going to gradually get back into a stormier pattern for you. It's absolutely beautiful in Daytona, Don says. Oh, I want to go. Frankie, good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Nancy, good morning. Jennifer, good morning to you. Tom, it is a beautiful start today indeed. It really is. All is well, Patty. I hope you're doing great. Ashley, good morning. Dislike having to watch an ad before the video starts. I don't know anything about that. So I apologize. I'm not running an ad. I can tell you I'm not making any money on it. Facebook is, apparently. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Nancy, so excited today because my daughter Bianca will be graduating from the University of Florida this evening. Hope it won't rain. Well, being that Alachua County is a little further to the west, there is that opportunity to see some of those showers and storms, unfortunately. Yeah, sorry about that. Just is what it is, right? Good morning to you, Debbie. Happy to have made it. Indeed, indeed. EZZZZZZZ on YouTube is asking about rocket launches. We had 2 yesterday. Was that not enough for you? I mean, there's going to be more, but we don't have any scheduled for today. I don't even know when, if today's August 5th, when is the next rocket launch even scheduled? August 9th, it looks like. Starlink for now. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Tuesday at 6:59 p.m. And then, listen, here's the big deal, friends. August 29th. What day of the week is that? I need to tell the boss. If it's on my off day, I'm switching days off that week. August 29th is a Monday, so I'm working already. August 29th, I'm not going to be here. I could tell you. Artemis 1 launch. The first NASA launch since the space shuttle. Launch Complex 39B. Artemis 1 launches August 29th at 8:33 in the morning. The largest rocket ever created until Starship gets going. That's where I'll be. Maybe you can be there too. August 29th, 8:33 in the morning. Holy cannoli, am I going to be hyping the snot out of that. That's going to be exciting. Anyway, in the meantime, no rocket launches today. Back from racing in Wisconsin, Brian says, where the weather was amazing. I would imagine that it was. Good morning to you. Don says, watch from my page directly, no ads. Yeah, I don't know what page you're watching from, but I can tell you, if there are ads on my page, I have no control over it. I have disabled all of that stuff, though. Catherine says, watch from Kissimmee. 2 great rocket launches from the Cape. The morning launch was beautiful with the sunrise. I know. I was watching. We were out by the pool yesterday afternoon. I took this picture. It's not a great one. But, I knew it was coming up, but, I forgot. So I had the kids out by the pool, and it was like, oh, hey, there's a rocket launch. It's kind of neat when you're like, oh, that's a rocket. Yeah, that's cool. Anyway, lots of Debbies this morning, yeah. Joshua says, Eric, people who watch you on YouTube see a commercial from time to time. That is YouTube, not you. Yeah, I can tell you my YouTube channel generates no money. My Facebook channel generates no money. My Twitter channel generates no money. That's why I love when people are like, you're just here to sell commercials. Well, first off, it is not a nonprofit. Like, the television station does need to make money, but I don't have a side hustle running commercials. So there's that. As long as this place employs me, I'm not going to be over here trying to... Brought to you by... When you watch this from the WESH 2 page, it typically makes you watch an ad first. When you watch from the Eric Burris Meteorologist page, you don't have to. Well, WESH we are a for-profit company. We run commercials, so there's that. All right. Anyway, so yes, to answer your question from earlier, somebody had asked if the tropics are quiet. They are still quiet. Yesterday, everybody updated their forecasts. Let's just look at the latest numbers, okay? Here is the Colorado State, NOAA, and average. So Colorado State, 18 named storms, 8 hurricanes, 4 major hurricanes. NOAA, 14 to 20, 6 to 10, 3 to 5, okay? Now, that said, both Colorado State University and NOAA dropped their numbers. We are in a very quiet season. If you can recall back to March 1st when Jeremy Nelson and I, of course, Jeremy, hold on a second, this has to load. Jeremy and I co-authored the hurricane forecast. We issued our forecast saying we were expecting a near average season, 14, 7, and 3. And so with that said, looking at everybody's comparison, if we compare the original forecast everyone put out and the update on August 14th, you can see where NOAA dropped the number, Colorado State dropped the number. We are staying consistent. The WESH 2 hurricane season forecast is not changing. We didn't issue an update. That's the kind of the joke of it. So we're still expecting a near normal season. 13 to 16 named storms, that's about average. So that's kind of where we're at. You need a job with Hearst as a beach space meteorologist. Oh my gosh, right? I'm all about that. I'll take it. So yeah, everybody has dropped their numbers. We are well behind. We have talked ad nauseum about this. I didn't get a chance to update the graphics, but the ACE number, for example, we're sitting at 2.8. The average ACE through today is 11.2. So yeah, we are running well behind. Running well behind. Yep. That's where we're at. Ann says, love the quiet tropics. Now, we do need to look and see at computer models and see what they're doing. Stephanie says, one of our fellow Lake Howell High School alumni is one of the rocket scientists on Artemis. Really? She graduated in '01 with me and is one of my good friends and my HHN buddy. That's fun. Hey, I wonder if we could get said Lake Howell alum on Coffee Talk to chat and hype a little bit of Artemis before the launch. Stephanie, you want to make that happen? That'd be kind of cool. Like, oh, it's not rocket science. Except for that person it is. And if she went to our high school, then let's make that happen. I have moved to Charleston, South Carolina. Live closer to you guys. Any threats here mid-August? So, Justin, by the way, I haven't seen you in forever. I would say that, yeah, looking ahead, there is something interesting showing up on the BSR. All right? So, we've established that the WESH hurricane season forecast has not changed. Everybody else has dropped their numbers. So, cool. I always like that. I like consistency. I like that. Now, what's ahead? Before I get to the BSR, let's just refresh this. The answer is yes, though. By the end of August, things are going to get feisty, and I'll show you. I'll show you how it's exactly where and when we said it would happen. You know, March, April, May, June, July, 5 months ago. All right, here's the computer model first and foremost. Let's go through time and just see. Nice and quiet, nice and quiet. Nice and... That looks really good, actually. Nice and quiet, nice and quiet. Nothing going on, nothing going on. That's August 13th. Nothing organized. Now, you can see they're entering into the Caribbean. That's Wednesday the 17th. Oh, you can't see it, can you? Let me hit the basin view. Approaching the Caribbean, there's a little dot there. You see where it says current temp 78, current temp 80? That little dot, there is a little something there. August 17th, working through the Caribbean. Not really wanting to do much, kind of fading, but there was a feature there. There's a couple little things out in the open waters of the Atlantic, but nothing terribly organized. That's the GFS. Let's switch over. Let's look at the Euro. Of course, we know the Euro doesn't go as far out. But we'll just peek out and see. Looking, not seeing anything, not seeing anything. We'll switch from the 6Z to the 0Z because it goes out further. Not seeing anything, yeah. Nice storm system there off the northeastern United States. That's around August 13th. That's moving away. There's a little something around Puerto Rico there. Let me back this up. Right there, you can see around Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. That is the 15th. So there's a couple things, no consistency anywhere. But I do want to show you, if we open up the BSR, let me get this launched up here. The BSR is one of our long-range forecasting techniques that we use. And yeah, it's kind of indicating a little something. It's kind of indicating a little something here. So here's the BSR. Let me get the date on this so that I can be exact. This is the BSR for valid August 7th. So August 7th, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's around the 23rd, 24th of August, okay? Around the 23rd, 24th of August. You see that little storm system there around the low country of South Carolina? You see that kind of lifting up in through the Carolinas? The 23rd, 24th of August. All right, that is the BSR indicating that. If we were to switch over and look at our August timeline, the 23rd, 24th, we highlighted watching the Mid-Atlantic back in March 1st because of the October 9th repeat. And if we look at the October 9th repeat, what's the section of coastline that we highlighted? The low country of South Carolina through North Carolina. And what was the time frame for that? Late August. So, The October 7th through 9th repeat is starting to show up on the BSR, and I would add that the BSR has been so quiet. I kind of wrote it off just thinking maybe there, but it's starting to show a little storm system there. So it may be, I'm just curious, is there any upper level support? Nah, a little bit, not much. Yeah, a little bit. So anyway, we're starting to see that indicator. We're starting to see that little indicator there for a little something in the 20s. Remember, I told you this lull in tropical activity is coming to an end, and we're going to hit like a 5-week stretch where we get into tropical activity. There's the BSR showing you that exact pattern, kind of trying to start up. All right? So that's where we're at. It lines up perfectly. Lines up perfectly. I'm new to the South. I know Hugo was the biggest hurricane in my area. Well, yes, but that was in '89, so it's been a while. Debbie says, I love the nerd talk. This is what makes coffee talk great. Giddy up. Giddy up. Now, the models, that's the 24th, so they're still a little far out for the models to indicate. If we were to switch over and just look at the ensemble plots, the ensembles, think of it as 51 flavors of computer models. You're starting at the end of the model run here. You're starting to see around the 19th, you're starting to see things showing up, right? That's as far out as the 60 runs the ensembles are running right now. But you can see, that's the 19th. So it's a little early, but it's starting to show some lows around the East Coast. Now that's the GFS. If we look over to the Euro, sugar. Oh, did I hit the GFS? I meant the Euro ensembles, and we don't have a 6Z. So I think that's a clear indicator there, though. That's the 20th. That's the 0Z run. And you can see there are lots of little lows just to the east of the United States. Lots of ensemble members showing something. So that, around the 20th, plays into this whole idea of what the BSR is indicating. And what the BSR is indicating is exactly what we had called for back on March the 1st. This is unchanged. We did not change this. Kind of wild how that plays out, right? Yeah, so we'll see how that plays out. Just a reminder, if you look at the calendar, we've got around that same time frame, we've got Mid-Atlantic and Florida. Odds are you're not going to get both. There are 2 features there. Usually one will cycle, another will cycle, but it looks for now like the BSR is kind of highlighting that Mid-Atlantic feature. So it's interesting. It's interesting highlighting that October 7th, 8th, 9th weather feature. And just a reminder of that weather feature, if we look back at it, you can see it on October 9th really bubbling up into the Carolinas. And then on December 10th, it wasn't as clear cut, but it was there, kind of firing up. It was an area of low pressure that worked through the East Coast areas there. Just a reminder, that's its original version. And then as it recycles again and again, we've watched it several times. Do you remember a couple of months ago? I think that this is the best example. This was the storm system a couple of months ago. It was not named a tropical thing, but it threw a house into the ocean in the Carolinas. And there was this big deal. No name tropical system. No name, but it still did damage. And that was this system. So anyway, kind of interesting how that plays out. So that's starting to show up. That's something we'll have to watch. All right. Low in the Gulf with that ensemble. Yeah, it's just starting to show stuff. But you don't balance one off of another too much. So, yeah. What are my thoughts on Colorado State giving a 2-week tropical outlook? I think that, like everything else, they're just trying to evolve. They're just trying to better serve the public. And, look, Phil Klotzbach is one of the smartest people I've ever met. I love chatting with him, and I think that he is taking Dr. Gray's legacy and pushing it forward. So, to that point, I'm excited to see what they do with it. And it's funny because talking to people that have learned the LRC, they're like, well, why don't you question Colorado State or whatever, how it doesn't line up with the LRC? And it's like, I'm not bashing anybody's forecast here, right? Like, they're using different techniques than we're using. And at the end of the day, we're trying to come out the same, which is getting people ready for the season. So I'm excited to see what they do, you know? I'm excited to see how they evolve it. All right? So, yeah, that's where we're at. I'm late as usual. Kimberly, that's okay. That's very okay. All right, so that's where we're at. Today, tomorrow, 40% coverage of showers and thunder showers. Rain chances rising, though, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, as the recycle of PTC1/Alex comes through. Thankfully, not really looking to be too much of anything, but it's a recycle. So rain chances going up literally right on cue. If you look, our rain chances rise. If you look at our monthly calendar, 8th and the 9th, watching Florida. And I put the question mark there because it's not a big feature, but it's a little something. All right? All right, that's what I got for you. Any questions, comments, concerns? Anything? All right, listen. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so much for hanging out for Coffee Talk. I will see you guys and gals